I train my ass off. I literally do. I want to be really, really. I want to get my consistency on point. I need to just get my bigger and better tricks definitely on point. I've got flare dub whips on lock now, which is a pretty big thing. Like, there's not many people in the world doing that trick, so I'm happy to say that, if that makes sense. Probably the only person that I know of in Australia actually doing them consistently.
It's a Gold Coast first.
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned.
Viewers, I'm stoked to bring you today's podcast with Jayden Cadman and Brad Stacey. I'm not going to ruin my typical bad intros with this, so we're going to get straight into it with the boys. Freestyle motocross and freestyle BMX. That's what this one's about. My mind was blown on the weekend. I emceed a couple of the events for Buskers By The Creek down at Currumbin, and I stood on there. And we didn't really explain it, so I'm going to explain it now. Probably the biggest floating halfpipe that was lowered onto a barge and stuck in the middle of Currumbin Creek for a 2-day festival on the weekend. 7-foot halfpipe sitting on top of a 3-foot trailer, which was sitting on top of a 4-foot platform. So we're about sort of 15... Is that adult? Yeah, about 16 feet in the air. And the boys were jumping about another, 6-7 foot in the air. It was madness. So I was really lucky to do some hype crowd work on the ramp right beside them. And actually lit one of the bikes on fire, did a backflip into the water, and it was a huge, huge part of the event. And I'm so stoked that Jayden Cadman, the freestyle BMX rider, came in today. He brought his brother, Brad Stacey, and it's just really cool. I really like these guys, and I hope you listen right to the end. Right to the end, there's some great stuff. So here's to you guys. Are you there, boys? Yow! Jayden Cadman, Brad Stacey, put it there, champions. Yeah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Look at us.
Just sipping on a...
Look at us. What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
No, it's Wednesday.
Is it? Yeah, no, it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
it's definitely Wednesday.
Sipping on a beauty little Gold Coast beer, the Bolter from Bolter. What is it? XPA? I don't know what that is.
With enjoyment.
She's all right.
Yeah. So, mate, I met you, Jayden, I met you for the first time on the weekend.
Yep.
And you blew my mind.
With the BMX and...
Yeah, freestyle BMX. And...
Is that the first time you've seen stuff like that?
Well, I've been hanging around I've got a 6-year-old boy.
Yep.
And I always skateboarded when I grew up, but never really got, seriously
Right
into it.
Yep.
And then I got old and then came back to the Tugan skate park all these years later. And with my little boy, so I'm pretending to be good. You know what I'm saying? And down at Tugan skate park, it's filled with skateboarders, basically.
Yeah, I've rode Tugan a couple of times.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I went... you'll probably know that there aren't many BMXs there.
No.
But then I went to the one over at Rabina, all the varsity.
Yeah.
And there's a good little BMX track there. Like, what do you call it? Like a bowl?
Yeah, bowl, and you got like half pipes and quarter pipes.
And there was a dude in there that was using that big...
the full pipe?
The full pipe. He just had this run going. I said, man, can you stop? Can you just show my little boy what you've been doing there? And he just went round and round, did this great series. Like, we just used the full pipe, went, full 360, this thing. It just blew my mind, man. Then we've got I'm going to get a long-ass story here.
That's all.
Because I always grew up riding BMXs. Like, I was born in 72, which meant, I'm the era where BMXs were actually...
Where it started.
Where it started, mate.
Yeah.
I remember, the BMX magazines, that was my generation. The Tufts and V-bars and all that sort of crap came out when I was 8. So BMXs to me and all my mates, are way more important than skateboards, really.
Yeah,
from Roachdale in Brisbane, Roachdale Underwood Park up there and stuff. So anyway, I saw this kid doing that stuff and went, man, that looks so good. looks so good, and the height you get, as opposed to like skateboarders.
It's a lot different to skateboarding. Like you do have the level of skateboarding when they can go as high as us, but it's not very common.
No, because you can sort of pump out of. It just feels like there's a lot more to watch.
We feel
too.
the ramp properly. Like skating's they really got to push it.
And then we went to Japan, right? So we're chasing little skateboard parks in Japan, and just for fun, we went to this one in Oshima. In Oshima Beach, they turned an old water park into a skate park, but it's basically been taken over by this kid, Daisuke Daniel Yoneta, right?
Yeah, right.
And I went over to him because he's doing like big backflips and stuff. He'd set up the whole park. It's like he was the dude that was here every day. He's like a full pro. And I said, hey, man, he spoke English. I went, oh, geez, I'm from the Gold Coast. He's Gold Coast. I used to live there for a year. No, he lived there for a year.
Oh, really?
And what's the guy? He lived with, why can't I think of his name? Starts with a K.
Okay, is he skater or BMX?
No, BMX.
BMX?
Everyone knows him.
Kyle Baldock?
Kyle Baldock. Lived with him with a year, okay?
Yeah, right.
So...
I think I know this kid.
Everyone calls him Daniel.
No, I'm thinking of Hayato. He's
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, Brad?
Yeah. Right. So this was only 6 months ago.
Yeah, right.
So I'm over there trying to get a podcast with him too, but I thought it was just a massive coincidence that here we are, the other side of the world.
And he still knows the bloke.
Knows everyone on the
back
Gold
in
Coast, and,
yeah.
and guys, I loosely don't know, but they're just over there. So
that's crazy.
So man,
to
stand. Here's the end of my long ass story. To be invited at Buskers By The Creek Festival on the weekend, and by Paul Burns from Spent, said, "Hey man, can you help us do some commentary?" And I went, "Yeah, man, I've done a few like shout out sort of stuff for dirt bikes and whatever."
Yeah.
To stand on the platform at the top of that half pipe, which was floating on the water, and be beside you guys doing these ridiculous tricks was incredible to me.
New experience. New experience.
So what do you reckon?
I loved it. It was sick. It was good. You actually done a good job for someone that doesn't really like.
There's general enthusiasm though.
Not much experience in that kind of stuff, but
to
get the crowd going, you done a good job. Like it was good.
But to me, I was just looking you guys in the eyes and went, it was genuine, and you're entertaining me, so it was easy to go, like, come on, all that gear.
Get the crowd going, like, come on,
yeah,
mad atmosphere.
Yeah. So how did you start riding bikes?
I started riding when I was, I'm going to say 12 years old. I've rode them when I was a bit younger than that, but my pop he brought me my first bike, like a proper good BMX bike when I was 12. So that's
what was it?
It was a Kink Transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a good bike?
Oh, it was a good looking bike. It lasted and whatnot. But
you wanted it right or wrong?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
It was $800. I was like, yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, but it pretty much started from there. Like I found like my passion before that was motorbikes. Like I always wanted to be a motorbike rider, but I blew my 125 up when I was like 8 years old, so that never got fixed. And it went from there. So I picked up the BMX, and just one thing led to another. I learnt backflips probably almost a year later after getting that first bike. And
really,
and I had a pretty bad crash actually, and knocked myself out and broke my collarbone. And Brad was there to witness it.
I had to take him to the hospital. And all the way there, he was asking me, "What's going on? What happened?"
Wow, I didn't mention you guys are brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers.
So who was pushing you into these tricks though? Because I had a BMX and
I think I've always
Beast monos.
I've always been like a person to push myself, if that makes sense. Like I've always, no matter what, whether it's playing football or riding motorbikes or whatever, I've always wanted to push myself to my limits. Pretty much, I love progression. So I suppose back in Tasmania, that's originally where we're from.
Okay.
So we're back in Tassie. Back then, like there's no one was at that level of BMX down there. Like no one could even do bar spins or mind you, I couldn't actually at that time. I learnt backflips before I learnt bar spins, but
really?
Anyway, there's no one really to push me at that age until I moved to Launceston, which is another part of Tasmania down the coast. Yeah,
I used to commentate the speedway there.
Yeah.
Oh, Latrobe.
Yep,
Latrobe Speedway,
Yep, twice.
It's pretty good there, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, So I rode in Burnie, which is on the other side of the coast, Tasmania. People don't really know where that is, but once I moved to Launceston, I met my mate Ben Madden. He was like the older guy. He's been riding bikes probably 5 years before me, so he was up a few more levels than me at the time. And I just started riding with him, hanging out with him, and
Did they have parks there though?
yeah, we got Royal Skate Park in Launceston.
Yeah.
But
do you remember what it was like when you were 12? But was it basically?
Yeah, it's still the same as what it is now.
Okay.
Like it was more of a BMX scene than skate park, than skating. There's obviously a lot of skaters that go there, and one of a real good skater, Brendan Hill, actually is originally from the same skate park. But pretty much just started riding with Ben. Then we started like learning stuff together and progressing, and one thing led to another, and I got to. I'm at a pretty high level now. I don't know. I can't really remember how I got there, to be honest. I just kept on pushing myself and just enjoying it. And
because it was really obvious to me, being an outsider on top of this ramp. Like, I'm going to say it, and I'm sure the other boys will agree.
Yeah,
there was yourself.
Yeah,
Jayden Cadman.
Yes, that's me.
Chris James.
Yeah,
and Tristian Arts.
Yeah,
just like amazing. Was there a fourth guy?
Aaron Selway.
Yeah.
Aaron
okay.
Selway, he's another.
And the other guys were as just as good, but I'm going to be honest and just say not as great. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure those boys would agree. Like,
I don't want to put anyone down, but
it was just the way you landed every time. It was like smooth and just like, oh man, I don't even know how you do. What's it called? A flail.
Flare.
Flare?
Flare, yeah. That's,
I think I call it a flail.
It's a backflip 180.
Too many times.
There is a flail.
Yeah.
There is a flail.
Is there?
Yeah, it's a front flip 180. So you got flare, which is backflip 180, and you got flail, front flip 180.
When you're in Launceston doing a backflip for the first time, was it just on dirt?
Straight to concrete.
That's what blows my mind about these tricks, is that we're not like Americans. We don't have like foam pits.
We do nowadays, but back then, no.
It was a skinny ass mattress that didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
It was just like a little foam layer that them eggshells that you have on top of your beds? Pretty much like that.
Right. And it's Australia too. People didn't even have great mobile phones. It's not like you've got GoPros back in the day egging you on, and like, it was just like I spoke to Kane Saul in here once.
Kane Saul, yeah.
Yeah, Sawley, right?
Yeah.
And he told me the story about he and John O'Porter learning in Mackay how to do backflips. It was just like a Saturday afternoon, no one around, like doing ridiculous tricks in the bush without any safety gear. It's just what we're like in Australia. I'm sure it's like that everywhere, but
Back to the backflip actually. My first one, I was pushed by two riders that were actually from the Gold Coast, right? Paho and what was the other one? Rewire. Paho and Rewire. I was like, obviously like the king of the Burnie skate park, if that makes sense. Like, I rode that. That was my territory.
Yeah.
And these two blokes came down from the Gold Coast, and they were shredding it up a lot better than me. And I seen they were backflipping, and they got like 8 years of age on me, so I wasn't really worried about it at the time. But I seen one of them do a backflip, and I was like, right. Brad's looked at me, he's just like, I reckon you got that, eh? And I was just like, oh shit. Anyway, sorted it out, went and got the mattress, and come back and got on my mate's bike, because mine was broken at the time, I think. Yeah. Got on my mate's bike and sent it and hurt myself.
Wow.
But that's what I mean by me trying to progress myself all the time. Like, I wasn't even in the right mind frame to be trying that, but
because I remember
someone was there doing it, so I was just like, I'm going to try it with them. Like,
Step it up,
yeah. Step it up.
Have I got it wrong to say that I think dirt bikes did backflips first?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
And there was a lot of years before BMX.
I think we're going a little bit far ahead there.
No, BMX was
Matt
first.
Hoffman.
Was it?
Or Dave Miro were the first ones to do it. I'm not really much of a BMX history guy. I just ride it for...
Okay, I think that's what it was. Like, BMX guys could do it, and everyone's like, why couldn't...
And then Kerry Hart threw one to do it at X Games.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
What year was that?
I don't know, like 2001, I think.
Maybe,
2001, yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's
crazy, man. And isn't it ridiculous to think, I'm sure all you guys think, it's just ridiculous that no one did one before 2001 or whatever year that was,
crazy,
whatever year it was.
But now look at it. Like now.